All right. So there on NewbieVet, got a special guest. We got my homegirl, Aniyah.
What's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Everything's been blessed with you?
Yes, blessed. I like that word.
You like that word?
Yeah.
You like the word?
For sure.
Looking good. Looking
Thank
good.
you.
Got the jewels on, shining.
Yeah. Facts.
So let's get into it, man. So, you originally from here?
Yes, I was born in Augusta. Moved to Atlanta when I was small.
Small.
Yeah.
Okay. How was your experience in Atlanta?
My experience in Atlanta was wild. I had fun. It was very dope. It was good. I'm just gonna leave it at wild.
Leave it at wild. Why is it? Yeah, Atlanta has its reputation of being wild and stuff like that. And
Atlanta was turned.
You can get caught up in that nightlife, like.
Yeah. I got caught up.
Yeah. So so explain how can someone get caught up in Atlanta's nightlife? Is it easy to get caught up in there?
It is, because it's addicting. Once you go out for the first time in Atlanta, then you go back out the next night, and then you meet people, and this person want to do something one night, somebody else want to do something another night. It's hard for you to say no. It's very addicting. Once you get to know people, especially people who work at the clubs, you would just want to keep going.
Yeah, especially if they all good nights.
Yes.
Have multiple good nights in the row,
right.
Man. You just finna go party up.
Right.
Okay.
And it's hard to get that night to be like, damn, man, going out tomorrow night. Nah.
Right. So question. So when it comes to Atlanta nightlife, do you need money to party out there, or you don't really need money? You just need resources and know people.
It depends. It depends on who you know. When I first started going out in Atlanta, of course, I'm a female.
Right.
When I first started going out, I was paying for my drink. But after I started getting to know people, going to the same spot, knowing people at the club, it was just like you and everybody you with just walk in. And that's what made it addicting, because I'm staying at the house being bored when I can go and be out for free. Right. Drink for free. That's what made it addicting.
Right. Facts. Especially you young, you like to party, live free, fly, shit. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And so what is the downside to that though?
The downside is like being late for work, having hangovers, losing out on sleep. And another big downside is the crimes. You never know what you're gonna run into. Of course, everywhere, they got stupid ass people, right? That just do stuff for attention, do stuff for clout. So you never know what you're gonna run into. You never know what you'll get.
Right. Okay. So far, but is it faster, like the way of living, as far as you remember everything moved kind of fast up there in Atlanta?
Yeah, everything moved kind of fast.
Okay.
But I ain't gonna lie though, Augusta moved kind of fast too. Now that I've been down here,
it's starting to move a little fast now. Yeah, it's starting to move a little fast. So, but it's a total difference. Though. It's night and day, Atlanta and Augusta. Even though it's 2 hours away, it's still night and day.
Yeah.
So what made you want to move back? What made you move back to Augusta?
Well, the first reason I moved back to Augusta is because my dad had got a defibrillator in his heart. So I came down here to check on him, and my plan was to go back to Atlanta.
Go back. What part of Atlanta you staying in?
I stayed in Stone Mountain. I stayed in Stockbridge. I stayed in Conyers and Latonia.
Oh, you was that well? Okay.
Yeah.
You make your rounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, after I found out about my dad, I came down here for like a couple months. Then I ended up meeting my child's father, ended up getting pregnant. Then I kind of got stuck in Augusta.
Okay. So, but other than that though, this your home, and you.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Augusta. I got family here, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Augusta lit. So
yeah. Okay. So let's get into the music side. So you started music. How old was you started doing music?
I started writing music when I was 16. Started sneaking in the clubs, performing music when I was 17. And
so you performing? You were sneaking? You were performing? You're 17?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So you snuck to perform?
I had to sneak in the club because I wasn't 21. I was going to 21 and older clubs at the age of 17. So
how you snuck in there? You had a fake ID?
Actually, no. Knew the security that was at the door, and he let me and everybody I was with through the back door.
So that pretty much does it for you. Know somebody in there.
That's what I said. Like when you know people.
You know people. Yeah. You don't need money when you don't know your face cards.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you say you was sneaking in to perform and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, after I'm in there, I ain't had to sneak to perform because they instantly just,
So you was on
thought I
stage
was
by
21.
yourself?
Yes, I was on stage by myself. I also had my best friend from Atlanta. Her name is Leia. We made a song together called In Feelings. That's everybody's favorite song that we used to perform. So we just used to always perform that song like everywhere we go. People wanted to hear that. They loved it. So.
Right. Oh, okay. So when was the first time you jumped in the studio, like, recording?
The first time I jumped in the studio is when I was 17, and it was to record the In Feeling song that I'm telling you about.
That same one.
Yeah.
So that's your first time studio experience, the whole nine?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it came out good because the other times when I was just writing music by myself or whatever the case may be, I never recorded it. So the reason I chose to record that song is because I had her on the song with me, what gave me a little more confidence. I wasn't shy. I had somebody with me, so it was nothing to be nervous about.
Right.
So I went and she went and we recorded that song and it came out good.
Right. So, going back to the music part, what we was talking about. So, question. All right, so when it comes to doing the music part, so you done had experience, how much studio experience you done have about good folk, a couple years?
Yeah.
A couple years.
Yeah.
So, what a good experience and a bad experience is, right?
Yes.
So, what a bad experience you had in the studio?
A bad experience that I have had in the studio, which I absolutely hate, is when the producer overbooked himself. And it's like, I done paid you for my time completely, and I was on time, and then you rushing me because you got all of these bookings, so then I don't get all of my time, and my music is now rushed. But you're paid for all of my time, but I don't get that because you got this person, that person. You say, all right, it sound good, and we done, but we really not. And I have to come back and get some stuff fixed on my song.
That's because you rushed to do it. Yeah, so you had that done a lot.
Yeah.
Why come you think is that? Because it's just they overworking?
Yeah, I think so.
You just feel like because you're a female, they just...
Yeah, that could be some cases. That could be too, because a lot of male producers, in my opinion, they support their male rappers.
Right.
So when it comes to females, I do sometimes feel like it's a little rushed and they be overbooked.
And the reason I asked that because it's like I did like a survey, and when I do these interviews, I always be trying to figure out the artist side of things, as far as the female side and the male side.
Right.
And when I asked the female question, I asked them, I noticed that with a lot of the females, that their biggest thing is when they get in the studios, either they getting harassed by the men.
Yeah.
Sexual favors or some type of things or whatever.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yeah, that, and then like you said, or then your case it'd be the rushiness of the music.
Yeah, the rushing.
You're not taking the time on my stuff like you took time on
Pablo.
Young Pistol over there or something. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I totally get it. Get it. And so, from God's perspective on some producers and engineers, a lot of them don't listen to a lot of female hip hop or rap.
Yeah, that's true.
So they be biased with certain things.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, so for y'all, they just see that, okay, it's money. Let me get this guap, it's a customer. Compared to a dude, they can listen to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Something that I don't get. The females be willing to spend the bread. Yo, bro's finna come in there. Hey, bro, do this for me. Hey, bro, do that for me. Right. And they ain't even trying to spend no bread. And you rather get somebody out the studio who's ready to spend money with you and don't mind spending their money to bring somebody in the studio who's finna ask you for a lot of favors.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because it's like, you do record them for free.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't charge them.
Exactly. But
if somebody that's coming in paying, you treat them like they're not paying.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. You absolutely right about that. That's weird. That is weird. Yeah. Pretty much. So, but other than that though, but yeah, I do feel you on that, because if it was a guy that was in that situation, they would feel the same way. They would feel like their music is being rushed and nobody's not taking out the time with their music. Right. So I totally get you on that, feel you on that. So so is that one reason why that you because you basically solo? Mm-hmm. So you're not with a group or nothing like that. Is that one reason why, or why is the reason you ain't like try to join a group or a label or nothing like that?
The reason I haven't like joined no group, I really haven't, ran into anyone really that was passionate about it. I write all of my music myself. Anything that I record, I write myself. A lot of females, they do write their music, but I also know some who don't. Females are just like drama. I'm laid back. So drama I don't do. So, when it comes to working with females, I have no problem with working with females. I want to. It's just finding the right people with good energy and good vibes to work with. That's not going to be on the trippy shit, the extra shit. It's just let's work. Let's work. Yeah, right. Let's be a union. You get what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah, that's hard. That's one thing about trying to build a team and stuff. Yeah. Trying to get a lot of solid people.
And then nowadays, people in groups, they always being compared to each other.
Oh, yeah.
Or, one try to do better than the other. But if we a group, we come as one. You get what I'm saying? So that's another reason why I'm solo. It's just less to worry about.
Big facts. Yeah. Big facts. Yeah, and I just feel like if you do be in the group, it needs to be understanding amongst the group. That,
right.
It needs to
have
be
boundaries.
Yeah, it needs to be everybody coming in, still being a part of everybody coming in, they sitting at the table instead of just not knowing what's going on.
Exactly.
At the table.
Exactly.
Everybody need to be at that table because you the boss of your own brand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your own merchandise and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. So. It's been a lot of rumor going around in Augusta. A lot of gossip.
Okay.
First gossip is the Queen of Augusta title thing. Did an interview with Lisa Ray.
Yeah, try my best not to laugh.
Lisa Ray. She gave herself the title, the Queen of Augusta.
Yeah.
She had an interesting response. She said that, if it wasn't for her, a lot of these girls wouldn't be relevant, whatever. Okay. And in the rant, in the interview, she yelled out your name. It was 3 girls she said she respect on the rap tip.
Okay.
It was Tasmania.
Okay.
Cammy and Aniyah.
Okay.
So. She said everybody else, which I totally disagree. I totally disagree.
I disagree as well.
I disagree.
I disagree with a lot of things.
That's just her opinions on that. Like, my thing is with and one, I'm asking you this is a 3-point question.
Okay.
Okay. I know we're gonna talk about the Queen of Augusta, and then I'm asking you 2, do you feel like she have any valid points? And 3. What do you consider, if somebody would be a Queen of Augusta, what would you consider that title to be, and how they should be looked at, whatever? Okay,
so do she got a valid point? Her point on what? Her point of being a Queen of Augusta, or
her points with anything that she's ever said.
Okay, the only valid point that she has is who inspired her to make music. That's the only valid point she has. And that is what she said, Nicki Minaj and Lil' Kim.
Yeah.
That's the only valid point she has.
Right.
When you're talking about being the queen of something, it's just not what you think about yourself. It's what others think about you. It's what you bring into the table. I haven't heard nothing about her doing shit for Augusta, for her to be the Queen of Augusta. It's females out here as well that make music. In my opinion, that she's downgrading. That she think she is above them. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like in order to be the queen, you can't be so high up on a pedestal to where you think everybody is underneath you. You're supposed to be trying to pull the other rappers up as well, so they can, be high as well. For you to be a queen, you're supposed to be a leader.
Right.
And I don't think she's leading nobody at the moment.
You gotta know how to lead. In order to be a king or a queen, you gotta know how to lead.
Yeah, and what she's doing, she's not leading at the moment.
First, you gotta know how to be a team player. It starts with being a team player
Exactly.
first. You gotta be a team player first. You can't be a king or queen. You don't know how to be on a team.
Exactly.
You don't know how to lead if you've never been on a team.
Yeah.
So
and just a little word of advice: that Queen of Augusta shit is not gonna get you nowhere but drag. When you when you disgrading people, nobody don't want to hear that shit. When you got other females out here who's paying for studio time and making music and out here performing, and their music is really good, don't nobody want to hear that shit. Don't nobody want to hear that shit.
That's facts, though. I mean, that's facts. That's facts, man. That's facts. That's facts. So when it comes to her point, like the valid point, like I said, the only valid point that I see that she has, she's doing it. It's working. What her plans was is working. Because it's working because it's getting everybody.
Yeah, that's another valid point too.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it's I'm not on the music. I'm off that. I'm not on the music.
Right.
I'm more on to like as an entertainer, she's an entertainer.
Right.
As an entertainer, your job is to get attention.
Right. She
now,
did
whether
that well.
It's good or bad.
Yeah.
So she's doing that because now she hasn't a lot of people talking about it. So
mission completed on that part.
Right. Yeah. So if it came to me, a lot of people in the city been talking about it. Yeah. So, and then I've been seeing a lot of posts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, somebody called her the female Charleston White.
Yeah.
I said, no.
Bro.
No. Charleston White, he be saying a lot of real shit and he be saying a lot of dumb shit.
Yeah.
But he do say some real shit sometimes. Yeah. He don't just be ranting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With her, it's more of a rant. It's more of a self-proclaimed rant. Like I tell a lot of females, and then one more valid point. Yeah, I see that, and it's not working with all the female artists in the city, but it's working with some. They're responding.
Yeah,
she's winning. Mm-hmm. When you get to a point where it's like, when you get to a point as an artist where when you at a certain level, you ain't finna respond to somebody that's just that's trolling.
Yeah, I agree.
You get what I'm saying? You won't have the time for it.
Yeah.
Because you're too damn busy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to like have a brand, have a name, stay on top. It's hard to keep that because you got to stay relevant. You got to stay working constantly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you don't have time.
You don't have time to feed into that. Yeah. Like, that's like no different than a Cardi or Megan.
Yeah.
They ain't finna be beefing with nobody that's just started rapping yesterday saying I'm better than Cardi.
Yeah.
You ain't got a video, you ain't got a song album. You know what I'm saying? It's but I just felt like some female artists, they did give her that attention that she was looking for.
Yeah.
Some
did, some blocked.
Some did, some blocked, some didn't, But she gets a W with that because she got responses.
Yeah, I will say that. Yeah,
she got responses.
She did that. Yeah,
nobody that everybody says a nobody.
Right.
Still got your response.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You get what I'm saying? Still got your attention to the point where it got you.
Got your attention, got your shares, got your likes.
Got your likes, got your share, got her some likes, some shares, comment. Got people knowing who she is now.
Yeah, got
there's so many people that hurt.
Shits in the club and
her shit done went from a couple hundred to she's in the thousands now on views just from people just going back. Whether they laughing or picking on it, they go back and look at it.
Right.
And it be people like that blow up.
Right. Exactly. The bullshit. The bullshit. People like that blow up.
Because everybody just giving it that giving it that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, the stuff grows the more it's just like a plant. The more energy we give it, the more it grows. Right. So it's like if the more people talks about Lisha Ray, the more acknowledgement, the more praises, the more you keep disputing with her that she ain't the Queen of Augusta, the more the shit's gonna grow for her. And the big, so that's just what it is for her. She's sooner or later, if it's meant for her to blow, it'll blow. Yeah. Like I told her, I there's other ways you could do it. You can reach out to them and collaborate.
Facts.
Hey, I want to collaborate and learn something from some of them.
Yeah.
Because,
most definitely.
Because there's a lot of rappers that she didn't mention that was fire as hell.
Yeah.
There's an ass of them.
Yeah.
An ass. So it's like an ass of them. So, but just to name out 3.
Yeah.
Tasmania, Cammy, and Aniyah.
Yeah.
It's more. That was my piece on that, and I just you know, I was like, I wanted to bring that up because she did mention you. She did give you props saying that you were fine, but everybody else was peasants.
And I was trying to think of another Aniyah that was in Augusta.
It's not, you know Aniyah.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, you know Aniyah.
Okay.
So, acting. So you do some acting as well.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You do some acting as well. So first off, what made you want to get into acting?
Okay, so what made me wanted to get into acting is doing like stage plays at my school.
She did stage plays at school?
Yes, I did in Atlanta when I used to go to Stone Mountain Elementary, I believe it was, like during Christmas times. All of the holidays, we used to do like stage plays. We used to like do songs in sign language and stuff like that. And when I always got solo parts, I used to get a big audience reaction. So I was like, well, maybe I need to start taking this serious. So I started doing like casting calls in Atlanta.
Right.
And I just started doing like stage plays where people come out and watch on the weekends and stuff like that. And ever since then, I just loved acting. Just loved it.
And that's the hardest thing to do. You did the hardest thing at first. Stage plays are the hardest thing to do because, you know, you're doing them live.
Yes, and it requires way more work.
Way more work. Yeah. Way more work.
Way more practices.
Way more practice. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because y'all got to be on point.
Yes,
got to be on point, on cue.
So everybody else got to fall in line like a domino effect.
That's one thing about stage. I did stage plays when I was younger. When I was a kid, I was in the arts, and I did stage plays. And, yeah, we had to... Yeah, that's my history doing them things. Yeah. I don't miss them practices.
Hell no.
I do not miss
hours.
them practices.
Every time somebody mess up, got to start over.
That's why I said, damn them stage plays. Damn them. I do the movies. But okay, that's what's up. Okay, so what was your first like role? My
first role, actually, I was very nervous about. It was a movie called Who Cries for the Streets. That movie is on YouTube, Who Cries for the Streets, and Streets is spelled with a Z at the end of it. That was like my first role that was public. And I had a set scene in that movie. I was supposed to be like the secret girlfriend of a drug dealer. I didn't want nobody to know that we was together because I was a college preppy girl and he was a drug dealer, and it just didn't fit. Everybody would be mad at us that we was together because he ain't have no sense and I had all the sense.
Right.
So that was like my first role. It was very fun, and I just started wanting to do more movies after that.
That was in Atlanta?
Yeah.
That's dope, yeah. Yeah, thing about Atlanta, yeah, you get to a lot of movies in Atlanta. Yeah. Everybody shoots something in Atlanta.
No matter if it's extra, matter if it's a main role,
you get something in Atlanta. It's a lot. Now, that's the one thing about Atlanta, like I tell, you know, because I get a lot of actors that come down from Atlanta to here, to Augusta. Because that would be my goal.
I've been seeing more of that, too.
Yeah, my goal would be trying to, like, think about trying to make Augusta, not put Augusta on, because Augusta already on. What I mean by that, but like make Augusta relevant as far as like Augusta's not spoken about for a place to visit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because there's nothing down here that's attractive enough for them to come here.
Right.
Atlanta has all the labels, they have all the movies, they have all the companies and stuff in Atlanta. So they have something sexy that's there.
Yeah.
What's sexy for Augusta?
Some of the people. Some of the people.
No, I'm talking about attractions. I ain't never heard nobody, I want to go to Augusta. Got sexy people in Augusta. I've never heard of that. No, I'm talking about.
That's the only thing I really can think of.
No, exactly. Like Myrtle Beach. Why do people go to Myrtle Beach for?
Yeah.
Oh, no, why they go to Myrtle Beach?
For the beach, for the.
Why they go to Charleston?
I don't even know.
They go to Charleston for the beach, the ocean. The seafood.
Really? I didn't even know that was in Charleston.
Yeah, beaches, the ocean, the seafood.
I'm finna go to Charleston.
The seafood, like Charleston, you gotta think Charleston is a slave state. That's where that's the place where they used to, the docks and all, they used to drop the slaves off and sell them. They used to meet, you go downtown Charleston, they still got it, they still kept everything like it was back in the day. Yeah.
That is crazy. We still got a slave bill up too in Jefferson County. I don't know if people know where Jefferson County at, but it's like the country.
Oh, it was Jefferson County?
Yeah. In Louisville, Georgia, they still got their slave bill up.
I know about Louisville. Yeah, they the slave bill in Louisville, yeah.
Yeah, where they used to sell their slaves.
Say the slave. That shit's still down there. Yep. Still down there, yep. So you got some places, some slave attraction places that's still up to this day that you go visit. They ain't changed nothing. Yeah. And they be renting it out. Like, they just make money off it now. Mm-hmm. So they even got, like, in Charleston, Riverfront, is it Riverfront? Something like that over by the marine dock. It's a park over there by the marine dock where it's like this whole neighborhood. Nobody stays in that neighborhood, but it's like a whole neighborhood that all the slave masters used to stay. All the houses, all them out there. They still, like they was, still out there. They just one little area. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Up there in Charleston.
Making me want to visit.
We done shot a couple films out there. Stuff like that. Like, they just open to the public, whatever. I don't think you can go in there, but hey, shit. Yeah. You know, filmmakers, you know, we take risks. Right. So, yeah, so, okay. Cool. So, you know, far as with the music and filming and other, you know, what do you like enjoy doing the most?
I don't. That's hard. That is hard. That is so super hard. I think I enjoy both of them equally, but for right now, I'm going to say the acting more. Why the acting more is because when you're being in movies and shows and films, sometimes you can bring your music along with that. And your music can play on the soundtrack for the movie. Right. You can perform in the movie. Right. So I say acting because I can bring my music career along with my acting.
Right. Facts. Good answer. That's the right answer. I tell people that's the right answer. Yeah. I tell people that's the right answer all the way because you'll make, and I'll drop some gem. I'll drop a gem. Yeah. You make more money filming, as far as film wise and music wise, and the reason being because you'll have more people tuned in on film watching a movie than listen to an album. Yeah, because people have a selection that they like to hear. Right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like comedy, so they just want to see what that type of comedy is about. Right. You know, now I'm not saying they'll like the movie once they watch it, but just the fact that they hear it's a comedy. Oh, I like comedy movies. Right. You know, what kind? You know, boom. Yeah. You know, they'll give it a chance compared to, you know, I do rap. What type of rap you do? I do trap.
They made sure they ask that before they even listen. You get what I'm saying? Damn, you ain't even give me a chance.
Right. So it's it's a difference. So you had one that kind of opens you up more because compared to a person, if you just an artist and all you doing is just music, you keeping yourself in a box. So like if you're a trap artist, trap can only go so far. You can say trap rule the world. Trap doesn't rule the world. Yeah. Trap only goes so far. Right. You know, your bread only gonna go so high. Even the Migos had a crossover. Yeah. You feel me?
R.I.P. Takeoff.
R.I.P. Takeoff. So at some point, in order for you to make bread, you got to get the arena money.
Exactly. Yeah.
The arena money is filled up with white people. Mm-hmm. I don't see an arena full of black people. I'm just being honest. We in there. Don't get me twisted. We in there, but we all ain't in there. You feel me? So, you know, because a lot of people be complaining about the price of tickets and stuff like that. So, on top of that, just I just feel like people have to focus more on. Let me see. How I'm trying to word this right. Cause you know people be sensitive about things these days, and stuff like that. Yeah. So you gotta be careful with everything you say these days. For real. We're gonna come back to that. Nah. We'll come back to that one. What you say about all that though?
People be more focused on. They don't want you to finish. I want you to finish so bad. But all of that.
I'm gonna finish. Okay. But dropping the gym though, I'm gonna finish. But dropping the gym though, like, okay, so people don't focus on more of getting outside of that way of thinking. Yeah. Like, okay, we from the hood, so they feel like we gotta stay in the hood. In order for me to grow, I gotta make this hood. I gotta make the music for my niggas and people to relate. Yeah. Which is cool. I get that. Mm-hmm. You know, but at some form and fashion, okay, you can make one project, one album. And that album can be dedicated for everybody to relate. Yeah. You know, all 20 fucking albums ain't got to be relatable. I mean, not, at some point you got to have show some growth.
Yeah.
You have to show growth.
And that'll pull in a different audience.
And then by you pulling in a different audience, the way the music game is supposed to go, and I feel like if artists would do this the right way, they will be successful for a long ass time.
Okay.
You supposed to build your brand high enough to a level, to a point where your name brings in revenue. Once it brings in revenue, then you bring in a group of people, a group of up and comers under you, and you teach them the sauce. Teach them the sauce, and then that way, when you want to venture off into something else, the chain
you have someone who follow
ups and keeps the shit going. So that's how that chain of command supposed to go. So, and then you always have that connection with that, and there's always a bread there.
Yeah.
So you always have bread coming from a source that you're not even, working. Because at the end of the day, nobody does music forever.
Right.
What I mean by music forever, at some point, you're not going to be hot to a point where people don't want to hear what you got to say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to switch it up. Change your music up a little bit, or change your image, to do something creative to get the people to spark back up.
Yeah.
Even Michael Jackson,
so they can keep
albums start declining, and he's the baddest motherfucker they say alive. Well, was alive.
Yeah.
So if the king of pop can start declining after one of the greatest albums ever sold, Thriller.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody can decline.
Yeah.
So, and then we living in the world now where a hit is microwave now. Mm-hmm. A hit doesn't last that long. These some weak ass hits now. Be honest.
Period. I'm just like.
These some weak hits, like compared to the hits from the early 2000s.
Yeah.
90s, going backwards.
Yeah.
They had long lasting hits where you play those records now. You still.
Yeah, you're right. Them. Yeah. Play the old ones more than you play the new ones.
Right.
Yeah.
The new hits now, they you get your vibe, but after the first hook
Club,
and the verse,
radio,
after that,
the older ones, you would be at home typing it in your YouTube,
vibing, and you be vibing. But far as with the difference between the film and the music, going back to that, with the music, you're a solo artist, so you're doing the music. You're mostly doing that music by yourself. It's just you.
Yeah.
Unless you got your team and stuff like that, your teammate might not be that big. So at the end of the day, it might be you and maybe two other people. So it's three of y'all trying to show the world what you got.
Yeah.
The odds of that is kind of hard.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Exactly.
Compared to if you doing a film and you got 30 actors on it.
That's promoting it.
That's 30 people outside of the cast, outside of the people that's helping them, the crew.
Right.
So there's like 30, 40 people total in the whole film. So that 40 gonna show another 40, which is their boyfriend, girlfriend, brother, whatever, which duplicates that 40 to 80.
Right.
So it's 80 people that's seeing this movie or whatever you're showing. As soon as it drops, they're gonna see it.
Right.
Tune in. So, and then that's not including if you might have an actor that has a huge fucking family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You might have a few actors here and there that has a huge fan base. You know what I'm saying? So, and you put everybody in the melting pot. In a movie, a movie ain't nothing but a melting pot.
Yeah.
And you got to look at that as a big ass networking circle with a lot of individual talent coming together, and we forming make a production together. And we using our resources and our fan bases to spread everybody out all at once.
Yeah.
So that's the power of a movie and a film compared to music, you going dropping music, because it's just you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It makes sense if you doing music by yourself and you trying to push by yourself, if you had the funds for it.
Yeah, exactly. It takes money for everything. It takes money. Yeah.
So I tell people, and with us, we don't know better. We learn, we doing everything backwards. And the reason I say backwards, like, you got everybody spending money on the studio times, which is, you supposed to do that.
Right.
Studio time, videos, the whole nine, this and this and that. But you gotta have that extra bread for marketing. Bread. Yeah. People kick out so much money as far as the videos and stuff. They don't care about the marketing. Who's gonna watch it?
The promotions.
Right. Everything costs money, so it's like, these days now, if you shoot a video, you gotta have enough money put to the side to shoot another video, just in case. You ain't not to have to shoot the video, but just more money just to put towards the promoting.
Right.
Promoting of it. And I just feel like at the end of the day, it's still a lot of work for 1 or 2, 3 people.
Yeah.
Compared to you got fucking 80 people.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then that aided, then them showing another friend, that friend might be popular.
Yeah.
She promotes it on her site. So it's like, that's how the power of that going. And people only going to promote and really push shit that they're involved with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you want to and try to involve the most people in something that you want to get out. That's why I tell people, you want to do stuff by yourself, it's a good thing. It's cool, yeah. But if you really want to get some shit out, you need to put people
have a team.
And put people in, either have a team or work with somebody, some people that can, and bring them in the project, so that way you can make sure it be out because you have enough credit and people backing you. Yeah. You feel me? So that's my gym.
That's a good point.
My gym.
That's a good gym.
Yeah. So that's my gym. So I tell that to all artists, because at the end of the day, music gonna be the least shit you make your money from. If you become a millionaire right now, that's it. Like, take Rihanna right now. Rihanna's a billionaire.
Yeah, but she just don't do music. Yeah.
It ain't from music.
Yeah.
I bet if you look at her revenue, her worth, music probably the lowest amount she got on it. You know, she got millions in music. Now, don't get it twisted.
Right.
But it ain't compared to that makeup money, that fashion money. They ain't touching that. That's what got her the billions. It wasn't the music.
Yeah.
And so people got to understand, music is a stepping stone. You know, music is the way of life. Music is in everything. Music gonna always be with us. You know, in order for us to have our music heard, we need to be seen first. Yeah. You feel me? People not gonna hear what you gotta say if they ain't see you first. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's like, you know, so you gotta be seen first. So you gotta make sure that's why everybody be like, in music, you hear a lot of people be like, go do these shows. You know, come out here, interact, network. Support. Yeah. Stuff like that, because you got to be seen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and
nobody just finna say, listen to him. Like, who the fuck is that?
We got to be seen. And the thing with Augusta, it's so easy to blow up in Augusta. It's crazy. Like everybody like Augusta. No, Augusta does have a crab in the bucket mentality to an extent. But that's only, one, they don't know you. Mm-hmm. Two, is more family based or friendship based. So if you don't know, if you don't affiliate it or you don't know nobody, they know that's just general. Anywhere you go, really, it's anywhere, not really. But the thing about Augusta is, you just gotta show up where everybody be at.
Yeah. Well, I need to start showing up. Because I be in the house.
You didn't got to say that. You just show up. Because the thing about Augusta's so small as far as the community, certain communities. You have like certain crowds. Like you got the Mark Rain crowd. Yeah. You have the Alvin King crowd. You have the 3DL crowd. You have all these different crowds. So, like you said earlier, if you got people that just be going to these clubs, fucking with them every weekend, as soon as the new faces start popping up in that shit, people know, like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah, and I haven't did that, honestly. Like, as far as music, I have not been giving it too much attention in Augusta like I was doing in Atlanta. Like, I have not performed not one time since I've been in Augusta.
You're not doing that wrong.
I have, they played my song like 2 years ago in Sotra Sounds. Everybody was piped up or whatever the case may be, but that's like it. I haven't performed or nothing. I haven't even been really going. I done stepped out a couple times, you know, the level 9, $2 Tuesday, 3DL, but like an everyday basis, how I was doing in Atlanta, I haven't been doing that.
Right. I already know, but I know why, because like, for one, it's like, I just being honest, like, Augusta got to get some stuff structured together before we can even say that we can be on that level for artists. Like, you know, right now, we're not on a level right now where we can get our shit together, meaning as a city. Like, if you're going against other cities like Charleston or Columbia, South Carolina, Atlanta, or stuff like that, we'll get our ass kicked. We'll get our ass kicked because there's no unity. And
exactly.
It's like, we'll get our ass kicked because it's like, Charleston would be like, you know, Charleston has the same mentality as Augusta, but Charleston is more united than you think. Yeah. If Charleston will go against Augusta in talent, we'll get our ass kicked. If Atlanta go against Augusta in talent, we'll get our ass kicked. Columbia go through us, we'll get our ass kicked. It's because of the separation we have. It ain't, and let me clear this up. I'm not saying talent wise where like they better than us talent wise. Right. I'm saying being organized. working together, organized. I see more artists from out of town working together with each other more than Augusta artists. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if Augusta artists do work with each other, is they friends, they best friends.
Yeah, because I don't had like when I first came down here, I was on this thing of trying to figure out like all the female rappers in Augusta and stuff like that. I think I had made a post one time on the page, the CSR 706 Got Talent or something like that, and I was like, let's do a female cipher in Augusta or whatever, and they start commenting all of these people named. That's how I end up learning about Cammy. That's how I end up learning about Kayla. That's how I end up learning about Drea and all of this. But it's like when you go to reaching out to different people, not those specific people, they do amazing in music, but when you go to reaching out to people and it's just like, you want to work with them, or, you trying to come together and be a team, but they want to be, do their own thing, thinking that they can get more out of that, we're never going to get nowhere. Right. And that's a problem. The biggest thing that you just said, you got other places that are willing to work in a team and they got more for themselves in their city. Right. If we never come together, we're not going to have shit.
Yeah, we got nothing. It's nothing. I mean, because it's like, that's one thing with me. Like, I try to be, so you got to have somebody in the city, in every city, they got to at least be one person where you can go to, like, okay, I connect this person with these people, you connect them with these people. You gotta have that one person in that city where people can know to link people and whatever, because it's crazy, man. It's like when people come to Augusta, they don't know what to do in Augusta. Yeah, they don't know shit to do in Augusta. So it's like that's the purpose. Like when I do the movies, I invite a lot of people from out of town down here in Augusta.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like you said, you just gotta. And I bring up. It's from connecting people. Yeah. Because, I think that's how I end up making a post, and then Felicia end up reaching out to me to be an extra, last minute extra. Then I end up meeting you. Then I end up meeting some other people. And ever since then, I just been doing work for y'all. Right. So yeah, that's how it is.
And that's how it works. And it's like connecting like that, getting it out, and that's one thing with Augusta, man. Like I said, you could make a post and be like, "I'm the king of Augusta." You gonna hear
everywhere.
Everybody. If you want to know you want to know who's doing what in the city. Yeah. I'm the king of wearing yoga pants. Yeah. You don't wear yoga pants to Sean Cassidy. You know who the hell is Sean Cassidy? You'll know who's all doing what by just making a post or saying you the GOAT or you better or whatever.
Yes, sir.
You'll find that out ASAP.
Because people will be ready to compete. For some reason, people be ready to compete. Soon as you hear something about I can do this, I can do that, or I think I do this great, I think I do this good. Just like, for example, like I know every time I'm trying to get my hair done and I post in, a page or whatever the case may be, the females be in there competing on who got the best work, dropping the pictures, inbox me for this, inbox me for that. Everything is a competition when it shouldn't be. Right. If you know you're talented at something and you know that you can do it, you're not worrying about what the next person doing or how they doing it, because you know that that's your gift and you know you're talented. Right. I'm not about to be worried about the next bitch if I know I can rap or if I know I can act. Right. Fuck what they say. Right. It's about how I feel about it and how passionate I am in doing it. Right. So that's just how I look at it.
Big fact. And then on top of that, we surrounded with everybody in this fucking room is iconic in their own way. Diana Ross, exactly. AC/DC, OJs, like everybody's iconic in their own way, and it's an ass of people in here. Yeah. So that means there was plenty of room for everybody to be successful in their own way. Exactly. Where nobody's not a GOAT. There's not one GOAT. There's not one great.
There's not one queen.
Not one queen, because we surrounded by plenty of queens and kings. Exactly. So it's not, and that's why I picked this room here, because I be trying to tell people, like, you're not the only talented one ever. Exactly. We surrounded by greater people that did greater things. Yeah. So it just
and that's another reason why I like acting. Because when you're acting and doing films and movies, you have no other fucking choice but to work together and work as a team. Right. Because as soon as one person fuck up, it's over with. You got no other choice but to work as a team, whether you like it or not. There's no other choice, no other way around it if you want that shit to be right.
Big facts. Big fucking facts. Big facts. Because it would not work whatsoever. No. It would not work. It won't, because everybody got... One person can destroy a whole film. Yes. That's the headaches about running a movie. Cause I know me and you was talking. You said you was working on a project. You were writing one.
Yeah.
Some things I can tell you, like things that you want to do when you pick it. You know, make sure you pick your cast. Make sure that you pick right people.
Yeah.
That you can depend on. That's good on time. Good on things like that. Because say like for instance, you might have to book a location where you have to pay for a restaurant or something like that, and they only giving you the restaurant from 4 to 7. Or they might not even charge you. They might be like, hey, okay, girl, I let you use my little hair salon from 4 to 6.
Right.
So you got the hair salon 4 to 6.
And they don't
you there and your main actress don't get it like 5:15.
Oh God.
Now y'all gotta squeeze 8 scenes in 45 minutes.
Oh hell no.
You happy with that. Now you got to go through your casting.
Yeah.
You get your cast and you go through all that shit with them. You know what I'm saying? All this back and forth. Now you got to go buy the food for the cast. You got to pick your dates, books, and all this other shit. You know, and then now you got to manage.
Gotta see when they available.
You got to cast manage. When you do a cast, now you got to be supervising. So it's like, that's another thing people don't get. Basically, when you're doing a movie, like, you know, let me break it down, okay? A lot of people don't understand mainstream filming and independent filming. Mainstream filming, you have where those, like Lionsgate, Tyler Perry Studios, things like that, they have millions of dollars equipment. Yeah. They have 4-5 crews. They don't have one crew. They have 4-5 crews. And each crew is responsible for one job. One crew is responsible for, helping the assistant. So whatever he needs, he got a crew of 6. Yeah. So they might be responsible for the overhead shots, underhead shots, low shots, close shots. So instead of having 2-3 cameras, you know, they have 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. That's with mainstream. And they have cranes, they have, you know, the big projector lights, they have things. Those are $1 million projects. A movie, they might spend over $300 million on making a movie. These are Marvel movies, you know, budget wise. You know, the actors are getting paid $1.3 million for the movie and $300,000 for a movie, things like that. Those are mainstream films. Yeah. Independent films, those are for when you first starting out. You have independent celebrity directors too, meaning like you have ones that's very popular. They on that next step, like the next break point. Yeah, right. Like they like you know, they on that next break. You have those in independent. But that for the independent actor wise, like, you know, it's a chain as far as with them, like those like the lowest ones coming in, the actor wise, because you starting in, you have to start at the bottom. So in order for you to get on a mainstream film with vocals or speaking role, you got to show them your resume. Yeah, and you got to start from somewhere too. A lot of people do not understand that you have to start from somewhere. Yeah. Independent film, it's like now the way the world is now. Independent films, you want to try to do as most independent film that you can, because you know with that it helps your resume. And then now that the independent directors have the power where now we can put our stuff on Tubi and things like that. You know, we have the power to do that, so it's a good look now, a very good look. Because if you have one good successful hit movie that's on Tubi, it's easy for you to get a big role in on a big filming contract, stuff like that, because it's been proven that you bring in numbers. And they got history that they can look at. They can look at up and they see that you bring in numbers. The movie bring in numbers, and by you being in it, it's a good look. Yeah. So it's easy for you to get a Netflix contract or something like that, you know, by negotiating. Yeah. Things like that. So people don't understand the power of independent filming. Is just like being independent. Being as an actor, you need to do independent filming, because independent filming is just like an artist doing independent music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You going to the studios, you recording, you shooting videos, you doing interviews, you doing everything in your power to get a record deal. Exactly. A record deal ain't nothing but a company that's putting money behind you. No different than a Lionsgate and putting money behind me or whoever, whatever. Yeah. So it's the same thing. So, but the only thing about actors is the actors will get seen more than a rapper does, or R&B singer does, because they have more people involved compared to a person doing it solo where they just them and the cameraman. Of course, the cameraman ain't finna push you like he shot the video. He ain't finna go push all need like, but you know, so that's why that fit the actor will have more numbers than an artist quicker than they will. Even if they don't blow. So say like if the movie don't do good and the album don't do good, everybody don't listen to rap. So one, you cut yourself out a lot because everybody don't listen to rap.
Right.
So, and then you're an independent artist. That's another thing. A lot of people don't listen to independent artists rap.
Yeah.
So a lot of people just want to listen to Kodak or Moneybagg Yo.
Yeah.
So, so it's so many, we against so many odds as an artist. You feel me? So many odds. So that's why I say we hustle backwards because it's like instead of focusing on, we put all our money and everything for the music because we want that to be our dream. We want that to be our thing. And we're doing it wrong.
And that's another reason.
We're doing it wrong.
Yeah, that's another reason why I love the acting.
We're doing it wrong. So you want to be seen first.
Yeah.
Once you be seen, rapping ain't nothing but another skill that
can be added on.
That's added on. So say like for instance, where it's like there might be a movie where they need somebody to rap. You already rap.
Right.
And then boom, damn, I ain't know it. Now you rap. Man, now you been rapping forever, boy. You better check our catalog.
Yeah.
And then they go check your catalog and then boom, now you done blew up. So it's like people don't understand, like, continue doing what you're doing, drop content, drop music, everything. But don't put your
all into it.
Don't put your all into it.
This is what's gonna make me. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Don't put your all into it. Like, and it sounds crazy, me telling people don't put their all in music. We in a different world now. It's a different generation. It don't sound crazy.
In my opinion, everybody that's successful in music has some type of platform that got them to where they at if they didn't have money. For example, Cardi B. Didn't nobody really know Cardi B like that until she was on Love and Hip Hop. And on Love and Hip Hop,
come on now,
everything was acting. They act on Love and Hip Hop.
Come on now.
You get what I'm saying? Everything is scripted. It might be some natural moments, but when she got her shine on Love and Hip Hop, that's when she became an artist through that, from that. Everybody start with a platform unless they just got money or come from money that can get them to where they at now. Right. So yeah.
It always takes something about you. It's always got to be a wow factor about you that makes people interested in you, your story.
Exactly.
So, the best artists or the artists out there, they all have a backstory. Lil Wayne got shot himself when he was young. Yeah. All the other stuff, that's his backstory. Yeah. Magnolia grew up, this and that. Those right there, the stories of certain people. That's what attracts you to the artists and stuff like that. But yeah, you right. 100% right. You was right. So, far as what I was telling, an interesting thing real quick. I was talking to artist earlier. And I was Slim Kia. I was talking to her earlier, and I was we was talking about female hip hop. A lot of female hip hop don't get the love like male hip hop. Like what I mean by male hip hop, I mean like when the older female hip hop and they don't get love like the older male hip hop. What I mean like the older you get, the women just fade out. Like, you don't hear about them dying or nothing.
Oh, God.
You don't hear about them dying or nothing. They just fade out.
Yeah.
Like, Craig Mack died.
Okay.
Everybody heard about Craig Mack dying.
Yeah.
When the last time Craig Mack had a damn song? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, Craig Mack was been out since the 90s and shit. So, it's like, but it's a lot of female rappers from back in the day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? JJ Fad and all them, like, they can die out. No one don't say shit. Like no one, you don't even hear about them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jackie O, Kaya.
Women fade out, in my opinion, because the men, when it comes to the music thing, once again, they get more attention. So, of course, if they hear about it or something happened to one of the guys, it would be like on go. It'd be a word out. You get what I'm saying? It'd be a topic or something to talk about versus the women who was, you know, probably was popping at the moment, but then eventually faded away. So it's like, we wasn't listening to you no more anyways.
Right.
So why do we care? You get what I'm saying? Or you wasn't a hot topic no more anyway, so why do we care? Right. Compared to the men who was probably overhyped, or you get what I'm saying, had more support than the women that they probably would still care about.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's just how I look at it.
And it's crazy because you can't think of not one female rapper that died from back in the day.
Yeah. I can't.
You see, it's sad, ain't it? That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, you can go back in the day, like Tupac, Biggie died.
Exactly.
You can do men
exactly.
Like that.
And they still talk about it, still try to want to know, get deep into it, how they died, what happened. Like
you just never know how a female rap, like what happened to the female rapper. Like most guys that passed away, they died. Like most rappers died from gunshot violence or illness or something like that. But females, you barely hear. Now you hear about R&B singers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whitney, Aretha. You hear about R&B singers. Yeah, but you don't hear about female rappers.
Unless they die young and still had their music out.
But even then, you still don't know one.
Yeah.
You don't know the name. They're not. They don't express it enough where you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's weird, ain't it?
Like, I ain't never really thought about that.
Yeah. You're right. Right. You're like, damn.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna be thinking all day, like, what female rapper that?
I'm gonna have to Google it. That's one of those high thoughts. High times. So yeah, man. Yeah, that's pretty wild, man. And so we lost Offset.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we lost. Not Offset. We lost Takeoff.
Damn, don't do Offset.
Takeoff. I know, not Offset. Sorry, Offset. We lost Takeoff. Yeah, man. So that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. I really felt like Takeoff could have been saved. And the reason I say that, all of the videos that I have seen of him just sitting there, laying there, bleeding out his head, everybody was so stuck on the moment that it's Takeoff that's down there bleeding. So they got their camera phones out, they doing this and doing that. But who was calling this man help? That camera phone
shit pissed me off, man.
Who was calling this man help?
Everybody was trying to get a viral moment.
Exactly. Who was getting help for this man? Who was calling the police? I ain't see nobody doing that. I ain't hear nobody on the phone with 12. Like, you know, we got someone who just got, I ain't see none of that. I ain't hear none of that. I just seen people running up to him. I just seen camera phones and stuff, and that kind of pissed me off to where it really, I just stopped talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I seen a video earlier today. It was kind of disturbing a little bit. I mean, it's no different than the Young Dolph, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man, it's terrible, man. You know, people, they quick to have the phones out. You know, people just want to have that, you know, not saying people are not sentimental no more, but it's just more of a shock factor. So it's like, now it's like, first time we think of something, or first time something shocks us, we grab our phone because we want to film it and be like, okay, is this happening? Oh shit, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like the damn thing coming at you fucking full speed. You say, It's like, you know what I'm saying? But it just, you know, like, you know, we had an incident today, like, you know, involving a little girl that kind of hit me a little bit. But, you know, I ain't pull out no phone or nothing like that. It's not a phone moment. That's like some real life shit. Like, you know, this happened with a little girl, like a 3-year-old little girl. So I just feel like, you know, sometimes when I see people do that, I just feel like it's a desperate call for, you know, they just want some type of notary for that moment. So it's like a desperate call, a notary. Yeah. They just want to be, you know, like I said, you got a group of people that just thrive on when someone dies. They want to be that last person that was with them. You know, I know everything about this man. Man, nobody knew the nigga like I did, bro.
Exactly. I know everything that happened.
Yeah, man, I was there, like, when he went out, bro, like, bro. Like,
we was just talking about this. We was gonna do this.
Yeah. We gonna do this together, man. Like, you got those type of group. I don't like them guys.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, I don't like them.
And I think at that moment, he had a lot of those type of people around him.
Yeah. I mean, from far as a report, you know, far as a report, it was saying that it's a dice game. Quavo was rolling dice and with some well-known members, you know. And Quavo getting his ass beat on a dice game. Basically, just, you know, if you get your ass, you go to a dice game, you got to automatically figure out, okay, I'm going to win or lose. If I get my ass whooped, put some money to the side. You know, okay, this is my money just for dice. You know what I'm saying? I'm only going to spend $25,000 on dice.
Yeah, and another thing, too, because I've been hearing people say, I heard this actually from a couple of people at my job. I heard a couple of people on social media was like, it's just a dice game and this, that, and the other. The thing about it is, the dice games that we play that's not famous, $5, $10, you got to understand, these people got money. They was playing for money. So it wasn't just, oh, that was just a dice game. I don't understand why that happened. It wasn't nothing like that when they're playing for thousands of dollars.
Right.
So I just want to put that out there. These people was not playing for no $5, $10 like y'all think or y'all got in y'all head that random niggas would play for on the street.
Right.
That wasn't that type of scenario.
You gotta think. These are the whole selective. See, when people have, so that goes into a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
So that conversation, what I say on that real quick, when people think like that, that's because they thinking of their financial mindset. Because for one, if you're not used to making over 100,000 or 300,000, you ain't gonna know the mindset of that.
Exactly.
You're not gonna be in the company of that because you don't make enough money to be around that company. So once you make enough money, you're in a different tax bracket, your company becomes different.
Exactly.
You feel me? You don't hang around the same bums no more unless you choose to do that.
Yeah.
But your you're going to hang around other guys that have money. Yeah. They might not have as much as you, but they have enough money to be in that room with you.
Yeah.
Compared to the people that has to work 9 to 5 and you get your check. Not saying you don't have money or in the bank or nothing like that, but you're not making no Migo money.
Right.
So it's a different conversation.
Right.
That's a different dice. That's a different dice game.
Different dice game from what y'all play.
That's a totally different dice game. Y'all playing like some, hey, let's play a little chomp chain, gas money type shit. Get some Jordans. At the most.
Exactly.
At the most. This is something I can buy me a Benz. I can buy me a Bentley. I can buy something like that.
That was just kind of pissing me off too. So,
but then on top of that, I look at Quavo like, bro, like, what the fuck is y'all doing, bro? Like,
y'all got it.
And I won't say, and I say y'all, not I leave Takeoff off. Cause he was just chilling, cause they probably came there for a show appearance. You don't know why they was there,
right?
And it was somewhere in a mall or something. What was that?
I don't even know.
Where the hell it was, but it looked something. They was on top floor or something. And clearly they was there for something. And I'm pretty sure it was kind of business wise, or it had something to do with Migo wise because they were just in Migo attire type shit. And they had the Migo crew there.
Yeah.
They had the whole crew there, and they only so it had to be some type of stuff they were doing. So. He got into it. Quavo got punched or something. Quavo got punched from the report.
Yeah.
Quavo got punched, and the commotion. What's her name? Takeoff stood up, see what's going on. That's when somebody from the Migo clique started shooting, and they hit Takeoff. So one of the dudes from the Migo hit Takeoff. It wasn't the other people. They hit him. It was one of the Migo crew by accident hit Takeoff in the head first, and then the one on the other side they hit Takeoff in the neck. So he got hit from both sides. Yeah, he got hit from both sides. That's about a report.
That's fucked.
That's about a report, and it's on multiple reports, sites and stuff. So the first shot was from his own gang. The dude was shooting wild and hit Takeoff in the head.
And if stuff got to make you do all that, just stay from around it.
My thing is this, man. First of all, if like I said, I know Quavo got to feel like shit. For one, that's your nephew.
Yeah.
Seeing your nephew die right there in front of you. Now you got to go to your sister and tell her like, yo, explain what happened. Like, all this over a dice game.
Yeah.
Because, at the end of the day, all that shit could have been avoided because they said Quavo was popping this shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, so Quavo, you know, Dice Gang, people, niggas do talk that shit. Just keep it real. People talk that shit. He probably was talking this shit. And then, of course, you DemiGod, like, you Quavo, like, you really do got more money than these niggas. So, of course, you probably like, nigga, you know, and, you know, and it didn't go as your way. You know what I'm saying? So, and I totally get it, and I don't get it. But I just feel like in who he is, he could have been doing way more shit with his time.
Yeah, I agree.
With his time.
I agree too.
Than that. I just feel like, you know, you too big then still playing dice. Not saying you can't play dice, bro. Like, you know, you can't still be in
you. Do that or have fun, but it's more positive things. You got too much going on for yourself.
Too much stuff going on, bro. Like, you got too much shit going on. Like, you know, and all that could have been avoided, bro. And then y'all playing dice with some gang members, bro. Yeah. Like, come on, bro. In Houston. Yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a sad situation, man. But I feel like when you got millionaires and they can do what they want to do at any time, buy what they want or whatever, this and that, they feel like the world is they bulletproof. Yeah. And sometimes the world gotta hit you back and show you that you're not. Yeah. I mean, it's sad to say like that, but I just feel like certain people when you have touched some type of money or you get to a point where you don't work hard to reach your goal, I feel like you need to sit down and start doing safer things that can, you know, keep you on this earth for a long time. Yeah. You're not saying you can't escape death. If it's your time, it's your time. Yeah. But you want to at least lessen your chances. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, don't be out in the open so much. And if you do be in the open, get the right security. Get people that, I'm pretty sure the Migos had some right security out there. You know, it probably would have been a different way. I ain't saying shots would have been fired, but maybe Takeoff wouldn't have got hit. You know, rest in peace. You know, but that's a sad loss for hip hop, man. Like, I really like to Takeoff. You know what I'm saying? I did too. Yeah. So, yeah, man. So, before we slide off on NewbieVet, man, is there any love you like to shout out, and how can they get in contact with you?
Yes, I would like to shout out my god sisters, Tidra, Portia. I would like to shout out my stepmom, Tasha. I would like to shout out my daddy. Free my motherfucking daddy, man. But for real, free Big Noob. I want to shout out my child's father, Soldier, my beautiful daughter, Serenity. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at goddess_fave, F-A-V, Facebook, Aniyah Johnson. And before I go, I just want to say stay tuned because I got a project that's coming up that I'll be casting for.